Yeah, I decided this might be more of a regular thing here. If not just to get off the regular run here. I got my little daily Star Trek email, news things. Granted, sometimes they're recycling stuff from years ago, but hey, it's something to talk about. So let's just start off with the first one here and see if anybody shows up. I sent out the usual invites, but yeah, let's start off with one here. Apparently, somebody at Screen Rant has no concept of television history here. But let me go down here so you can, whoop, first get this back up here. Oh, okay. First, start off with, people, they're a little sick and tired. Am I on the right one? Hold on. I'm on the wrong one. There we go. Wrong one there. I got 4 things up. Okay. Make sure. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, darn. Stop that. Yeah. Apparently someone at, is it, where is this coming from? Originally, Screen Rant. Somebody saying that Star Trek Next Generation popularized the idea of, season-ending cliffhangers. I got 3 words for you. Who shot JR? No. Okay. It was one of the big ones because, again, Next Generation was the biggest show and first one syndication at the time, which, but somebody, Stranger Worlds in the second season, but, apparently big cliffhanger with the Gorn. And no, what are we going to do? We're going to war with the no. And it's like, your time is trope done to spice things up and guarantee fans come back for the next episode. That doesn't guarantee a damn thing. It does work famously, but it can also backfire spectacularly. Look at The Walking Dead. They shot themselves in the foot because of such a concept. Yet they're the outlier. No. How many shows got canceled ending on a cliffhanger? The television world is littered with these idiots, okay? Don't assume you're going to get a sequel. Don't assume you're getting next season. And don't try and blackmail the network into renew. Oh, we've got to continue. No, you don't. We're on no obligation whatsoever to continue your lousy ass and lose viewers. Like after all the 2-part episodes, pretty common occurrence in Star Trek fandom. It took until Next Generation to do that, really, and I think I should look it up. I think Best of Both Worlds was probably the first 2-part they'd really done for a while. Also, to that point, it was like the Menagerie was it. And that was middle of the first season, and then really, that was really a clip show. That it shows Roddenberry really was a bit of a genius as far as producing goes. He was okay as a writer. He was good as a writer. He had his moments. But his real genius really was in producing and finding solutions to production problems. And that one, he was facing a big problem of they had this very expensive pilot that they couldn't do anything with realistically or easily because you had a total, the total cast was different. The costumes weren't matching up. And it's like, how the hell are you going to run? You can't just do a, slight edit and put it as part of the run. No, it's a completely different cast. It's like, so, but Disney's Britain, find something to do with this damn thing. We spent a lot of money on it. We're not going to have it just sit on the damn shelf. And you couldn't even put it out as a movie because, again, it doesn't match up with the show. So, like, what are you going to do with this thing? And we're coupled with the problem of they were falling further and further behind with the production. And Bob Justman very clearly sent a letter to the network saying, I'm sorry, we're not going to meet our air date. And both Herb Solo and Gene Roddenberry both basically sat him in a corner and said, don't you dare send that letter. That will kill us. They're looking for a reason to cut us because of all the red ink. No, don't. We will figure something out. And so it's kind of like, well, we got this thing, right? There's one episode, this pilot, slightly over an hour. And let's say some way, well, and it kind of goes back to the whole concept of, Roddenberry was at one of the Enterprise to have a bit of it didn't want to be a brand spanking. It wanted to be a ship with some history. For situations kind of like this, where you can go back, an old mission, Bloom's, hey, remember 6 years ago when it did, well, here we go. And so they dreamed up. Okay, well, let's see. We got a different, okay, so, and everyone looks, because especially Spock at the time, slightly different haircut, looked a little younger, even though it was only like 3 years, 2 or 3 years. Okay, they're in the pilot style uniforms. We figured that. Okay, so we'll say this was 13 years ago, and we'll come and build around a thing, some excuse for why they, Another thing was also because we can't afford to get Jeffrey Hunter for a cameo, basically. So it's like they had one guy, Sean Kinney. He'd done, Lieutenant DePaul as a background extra. He looked kind of like, Jeff Hunter. But just slap a bunch of prosthetics on, yeah, it looks just like Jeff Hunter had been badly burned. So went with it. No lines, not going to screw anything. He just sat there. And they managed to create what I believe, in fact, I'm quite certain in saying it was network television's only 2-part clip show. It only took like 3 or 4 days or so to film the surrounding thing, where normally an episode takes about a week. So they gained all kinds of time with that 2-parter, got back on schedule, and never had a problem again. They finally got the things worked out to get things going. But the season-ending cliffhanger, their Star Trek verse thing really was best of both worlds, and that was amidst the whole thing of Patrick Stewart's contract was up for renewal. They weren't necessarily sure they were going to go with that, so it's very possible that at the end of Best of Both Worlds, you'd have Patrick Stewart back for one episode to wrap his thing up, maybe. And it would have continued with Captain William T. Riker of the Starship Enterprise, and it would have been his voice doing that opening narration. But they did not, again, Dallas did the season-ending cliffhanger years before Next Generation was even a thought at Paramount. And as going back here, 1954, Dragnet, they did this. And in October 29th, 1954, and November 5th, 1954, the series premiered a 2-parter that would continue across 2 weeks. Yeah, well, that's the way 2-parters were. And, of course, Batman. They built it on the Batman, they aired twice a week. That's kind of why you only, 3 seasons, but they got a ton of episodes because they're half hour, So you got a nice syndication package. But, yeah, they would, for part 1 would be in, Tuesdays or whatever. And the dynamic duo escape from this, and then tune in next time, same bat time, same bat time, and then the conclusion would be in Thursdays. So that was all built all around it. But it's and of course Doctor Who, everything would get that's and they started going back to that a bit with the later stories, because that was kind of missing there, where you had get that little cliffhanger ending, to get people excited about next week. And guys, Red Dwarf, I did something like that. But it's sometimes they want to start, giving Star Trek a little more credit than it's really due. The show is groundbreaking enough as it is. We don't need to start gilding the lily, okay? It's like a lot of it is with Kirk and Uhura kissing in Plato's Stepchildren. One, if you really think about it, that wasn't even Star Trek's first interracial kiss. That would really be in Mirror Mirror with Kirk. Barbara Luna's Filipino. Okay. So when she and Bill Shatner are, and there's no telekinetic coercion going on there, okay? This is Kirk smooching on Marlena Moreau completely willingly and going at it. But France Nguyen, again, Elan of Troy, but I think she was married to Barbara Culp at the time, and she did some stuff with him, and Outer Limits, or way back, I think it was in Outer Limits, and they did little smoochies, huh? And of course, also you can really take it back, Lucy and Desi, White Gal and a Cuban Man, That's the dawn of network television there with when I Love Lucy first went on there, and they black over that. What we got? Oh, Mammoth joined in. Okay.
Oh, hang on.
All right. Let me go ahead and move this over here so I can keep track of the chat and stuff. No, I'm not. There. Okay. Try it again.
There we go.
All right, but it's like, and the whole thing about second pilots. Oh my God, this never been done before. I mean, Bob Chessman was saying it doesn't done then. It's not done now. Bob, you know better, or knew better. He's going with us. For instance, let's go ahead. We're done with this.
What is this about pilots? Tell me.
Well, I'll actually kind of dovetail that. We'll go in here. Oh, they've updated. I have to look at this later. But this is facttrek.com. They do a lot of things. It's like, let's debunk some of the old myths. It's like, it's like Star Trek was a groundbreaking show, but let's not get carried away here. But they're talking about how it's like NBC president asked for a second pilot. This caused quite a stir in the industry because up to then, no network could ever ask for a second pilot. Bullshit. In fact, at the very time they're doing a second pilot, then Desilu was doing a second pilot of a sitcom pitch for NBC. So even at the very time, it wasn't unprecedented. They were doing another show the same way. But going back here, it's like we can trace it all the way back to the early days of television. A little something, Lum and Abner. This one had 4 pilots.
Interesting.
It was based off of a long-running radio comedy on CBS, and they really want to try and make this thing work. But but they did 4 times that it just wasn't working. Fibber McGee and Molly went through a couple of pilots, and this was a hugely successful show. It's amongst this older, it's still a bit of a cultural touchstone. Because I've often referred to one of our storage units as Fibber McGee's closet. And literally, you open the door and things start falling out. Now, that took a couple tries to get that one. Also, The Great Gilbert was a spinoff from Fibber McGee. They did a couple pilots there. And there's one, have camera will travel.
Well, I'm actually planning on. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
All right, well, they did a couple things. I guess this show is about some kind of that's kind of a photojournalist driving around. This is Mike Connors, Mike before Mannix.
Well, I'm actually planning to go to Scarefest in Lexington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to be able to meet the director of Phantasm.
All right.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun treat.
Yeah.
I also got a publisher. Yeah, Critical Blast.
There we go.
Yeah.
But getting closer to the thing here. A lot of times there were still a lot of anthology shows on there. Not just like Twilight Zone, but just like craft suspense theater, or another thing, Alcoa, where they would take these pilots, and we got to do something with them, so they'll put them up on here. Like if Star Trek, if the Cage hadn't sold, if Star Trek hadn't sold at all, the Cage would have shown up on something on like Alcoa Theater or whatever, and trimmed up stuff, and they would, but okay, well it got aired, and it would have been the ultimate test screening. But Double Indemnity, they tried, based on the And that movie with Fred McMurray and Bart, they tried that a couple of those.
Mm.
Let's see, Tombstone Territory, a couple of things for a couple of westerns.
Mm.
And let's see, we'll do a couple of those. Oh, there's one here, collector's item. This was a show that was it had certainly had a good picture. It had Vincent Price and Peter Lorre in it.
Mm.
There's a couple of collectors. One of them kind of skeezy. One of them, but they went through a couple of 2 pilots in '57 for that one. They did a Tarzan pilot with Gordon Scott. A couple in '57, '58. And those went nowhere. Just a couple of TV movies.
Mm.
Here's one. I guess was this? No, these are NBC, but I was just trying to title change. I remember Caviar. I had All in the Family, but no connection with the Norman Lear thing. But I imagine he probably came up with the title all on his own. Oh, and by the way, All in the Family says here went through 3 pilot episodes. Know that's not had different actors playing Mike and Gloria, and other things like that. And again, they eventually these things would see air, like Alcoa Goodyear Theater, the popular graveyard for failed pilots, including actually the 333 Montgomery, which was something he tried doing with D. Kelly.
Mm.
That one, because these things, they would see air eventually, but not necessarily as the show. And also, this is a more famous one. The Dick Van Dyke Show, the original pilot was Head of the Family with Carl Reiner playing Rob Petrie.
Mm.
Yeah, and I saw it. It's on YouTube. It's a very different format. It's like the single camera thing, no live audience. Where and this is the case of we like the concept. We don't want you in the roll call. There's Dick Van Dyke guy in the Bye Bye Birdie. Yeah, we want him. We want to do something with him. That's because you bring him. Hey, we got a few ideas for you. How about this one? I'm thinking of you as a Rob Petrie character. And Reiner stayed on as a bit, as producer stuff, and playing Alan Brady occasionally. But here we go. Now we're up to Star Trek. Let's say it was unusual. It was unusual in '65, but not unprecedented. In their early history of television, when a pilot did not sell, that was most often the end of it. Cast turn tracks certainly had no contingency in them for second pilot episodes. Yeah, in fact, that was part of the thing. They had to renegotiate. We're trying to get with Jeffrey Hunter. It's like, do you want to do another one? And that's when things fell apart because he had to deal with his wife, who was a bitch. So most typically, actors were signed for a pilot, so in the studio had a limited option to continue their services if a weekly series materialized within a set time frame. Such is the case with Star Trek, with why Jeffrey Hunter could walk away without repercussions when he declined to a second pilot. Few cases, however, one or more of the entities involved, be the studio, network, or sponsor, elect a pilot enough to produce second or even a third version concept, as we've outlined, happened at least 10 times prior to Star Trek. And this is all the appendix here, but in fact, here's the one of the pilots out there, but somewhere up here, let's see. All right. Let's see. CBS will inject a dubious element of freshness in 3 with summer time slots, with the series consisting entirely of unsold pilots. Yada, yada. Produced by Peter Lawford. Okay. Well, now somewhere in here, there was a mention that at the same time that they were doing Where No Man Has Gone Before, they also were doing a second pilot for a comedy show that they're trying to get going, a sitcom. Yeah, by Desilu for NBC. Hey, Daniel. So it's like, no, it was not unprecedented. It was unusual by the time of the '60s, but it was like they're doing it at the same damn time. Okay. But we're somewhere around here. I know something. It was there in this. I was somewhere on this page somewhere. There was a listing that there was a second pilot being prepared for. It never sold. So it's like it's kind of lost to the annals of history. But no, it's like there was. The second pilots were not unusual. Not unheard of. But but let's
Interesting.
but let's go ahead and bring up our next one here, and let's get this here. The fans are done with Star Trek Strange New Worlds going off script with specialty episodes. They're. And again, this is Porto. He thinks a lot higher of Strange New Worlds than I do. It was a great show. No, it's not. It may be better than the crap they're putting out. Other things they're putting out, but it doesn't make it a great show. They still got serious problems. Understanding the whole concept there, and showing proper respect for the rest of the franchise. But let's just skip that. But in fact, there's one element that is seemingly holding the show back. Their seasonal oddities episodes. In season 1, it was the 8th episode, where his entire story was straight out of a fantasy book for kids, with everyone dressed like they read a fantasy novel. Second time was the season 2's 9th episode, aka the musical one. Let's see. Both episodes, season 1's The Elysian Kingdom and season 2's Subspace Rhapsody, found some fans online due to their quirky nature and utter defiance over, watch your typos there, Chad, over what Star Trek was intended to be, so much so that you'd think the fandom as a whole loved this episode, except they didn't. While many may have, most fans see these as stains in an otherwise perfect series. It wasn't, no. I was watching the first episode. Nope, right in the opening scene, they're hitching it right to Discovery. That's it. You're done. Let's see. Den of Geek has Subspace Rapid as the 15th worst episode in franchise history. Viewers on IMDb have The Elysian Kingdom and Subspace Rapid as the two lowest episodes in the series at 6.2 and 6.8. Fans have dismissed the gimmicky nature of both episodes, and it appears as though fandom has spoken. They want less of these quirky episodes and more of what makes Star Trek great. While a story about a fantasy world being the backdrop of a Star Trek episode would have worked in the 1990s, that's because those shows had 20 plus episodes a season. Or diversity in storytelling was welcome at times. That's no longer the situation. Strange New Worlds has 10 episodes a season, and many fans are unhappy with such a low count.
Yeah. Hey, Bob, I hate
Yep.
to interrupt you guys, but I gotta go pick up someone.
All right, no problem.
All right, BRB.
Have fun.
Thank you.
All right. Then want more and feel it seems as though these types of episodes are necessary and take away from the compelling dramas the writer's room has constantly come up with. As for musicals, they have no place in Star Trek. Everyone wants to do one until everyone realizes that musicals are best left for those shows who specialize in such things. Seems like every time a show goes that route, things often go badly. There's a time and place for such ideas, but none of them are current. All right. Now, I don't know how old Chad is, but Star Trek has done music before, okay? Even going back to season 1, we had a moment where taking advantage of Nichelle Nichols' talents, and they were a little singing Beyond Antares to Kevin Riley, stranded down in engineering. There are moments you got to know how to do it. It's got to fit. It's got to work. You got to earn that. And again, and of course, Way to Eden. you know, he had a few songs on that one, and even Plato's Stepchildren. You had Leonard Nimoy, singing one of his songs. But and then DS9 when you introduced Vic Fontaine and his club, and it's got to work within the setting. You can't just throw it all. Oh, it's science fiction. We can do one. No, you cannot. Even fantasy has rules. Okay, but you got a bunch of writers who their formative writing muse at the time was apparently Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and they fixate on that one episode. Once more with a feeling, it's like there were supernatural forces at work in that episode, forcing them all to doing song. And even then, that's kind of pushing it. It's only because like the cast is such, and that show is always played kind of fast and loose anyway. Okay, it could get away with that sort of thing. But notice, it only did it once. Okay, and it was an attention getter. Okay, Joss knows not to do that kind of thing more very often. You never saw that musical episode of Firefly, did you? Or Dollhouse, or Angel, for that matter. But that one probably the closest you got is one where Angel's turned into a puppet. But they think, let's do that one. Let's copy Buffy. Totally different show. It doesn't work. I mean, the actors love this sort of thing because it gets them, it gets them to chance to show what they can do. Of course, then you got to, it's like, suppose, not everyone necessarily comes from a musical theater background. So it's like, are you sure you want to have so and so sing? But it's like, no, it's like, and also, like it points out, only 10 episodes a season. You can't get away with the occasional filler episode. DS9 in the midst of the war arc, able to slip in, bada bing, bada boom, bada boom, bada bang, as a break in the action. But you don't have. You're only doing 10 episodes. They better make them count. And again, nothing really marking against so-called filler episodes. Even filler episodes have their uses. There's where you get a lot of your character development stuff is in fillers. Like Data's Day is probably the ultimate filler episode, but you'll get a lot of stuff on there. It's where they find out that Chief O'Brien and Keiko were engaged, right? And a few other things here and there. I think it's where we saw Spot. But let's move on here. Apparently, Chris Pine is ensnarled with one of his neighbors, and it's like being sued over planting trees. Let's see, weeping figs, ficus benjamina trees. In the center, because he's had this fight with Helen Yu, because she put a fence up apparently, but it's crossing onto his property, and he planted some trees there, but the roots are big. It's nuts. Sounds like it's getting weird with this one. And of course, the big thing is like the worst part is all this nonsense is that Pine didn't have the decency to just plant pine trees, just plant them, so that every headline could be great neighbor sues Chris Pine over pine trees. So it's like that's all that for effort for a pun. Yeah, let's get stuff in here. But the last one I got here, a little thing about Ron Moore when he moved over to Battlestar Galactica. His main lesson, actually, Ron Moore's like maybe a week older than I am.
Ew.
I mean, literally, I think his birthday is like the 6th, and mine's the 12th. Okay, it's like the same year.
Yeah.
So in that respect, we don't look that much different.
Yeah. Speaking of Ron Moore,
Mhm.
now you got me wanting to get original CSI too.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah.
I still say they missed opportunity just make it Star Trek. Don't you don't have to be coy about it. You own the fucking property, guys. Come on. But
I just his one little line in there. It's like, oh my god.
yeah, and then if you haven't seen it, there's one episode where there's a science fiction convention in Vegas based on this show that's almost Star Trek. You had to make up their own thing, but the ads at the time it was all clearly there. This is supposed to be Star Trek with the serial numbers filed off. They even make reference directly to Star Trek here and there in the episode. But there's it centers around this renegade producer is going to make his own dark and dirty and grim and gritty version of this show. And it's everyone dies and it's everything. And there's one part where he does it. He screens this for the fans at the convention. And this one guy just sort of popped up on the screen. You suck. And that was Ron Moore. I emailed him immediately and said, I hope you get nominated. I hope you get that Emmy. I don't know if I got a response on that, but and no, we had chatted before on email, so he knows me. Back to the old AOL message board days. We're talking about legends of the Star Trek franchise, specifically about those behind the scenes. Few names hold as much weight as Ronald D. Moore. Coming up on Star Trek Next Generation, he became integral to the show's latest success. While not the main driving force behind the creative that so many fans came to love, he was a huge part of it. And so much so that he helped do the same for Star Trek Deep Space Nine and the first two Next Generation era films, Generation First Contact. Less said about Generation, the better, really. He was as much about Star Trek as anyone was and could be. Eventually, however, the desire for new challenge arose, and he'd get that challenge. Partially helped by the fact that when they tried to move him over to Voyager, let's just say some rather ugly office politics were taking place, and you I got to get out of here, or things are going to get very, very ugly very quickly. I'll leave it at that, because a lot of it that fences have been made, and I'm not going to try and start old fights again all over again, especially ones I'm not personally involved in. Thanks to the name Sci-Fi Channel, now Syfy. Look at that. Look at that. SYFI. It's not sci-fi. It's Syfy.
Just sounds icky.
Moore would go on to create and develop a remake of the Battlestar Galactica franchise. Sleeper hit in the late 70s. The show would be canceled but given a new series. No, it wasn't Battlestar Galactica. It was Galactica 1980. For God's sakes, do some research here, guys. Yeah, Pardo, come on.
Yeah, Galactica 1980 was a shit show.
It was just trying to cash in the fact that we got all these sets and Lauren Green is up for another run at it. And it was also because it aired on early Sunday evenings. There were restrictions that at the time that if a network to air show that has to be either news or somehow educational. And so, because they're going to be in 60 minutes. That's what so it's either a news public or it's got to be kind of educational and kiddified. That's why you got a very, very stupid episodes. Yeah. And that's also why you got the little kid, Colonial Wars. Galactica.
Lefty twat bag.
The Galactica Cub Scouts. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm talking about that one kid in particular, Robbie. What's his face?
No, Robbie risks him. He's not worried about it. And he was only in the pilot anyway. He didn't stay on with the series. They recast him. I mean, no, not blame Cousin Oliver for this one. Okay. Let's see. Like 24 years are trusted to pick up the reins of the franchise and finally finish the story. Get the test idea in a miniseries in 2003, which was a hit. Network picked up for a full series in 2004. Across his 4 seasons of the show, they told compelling stories, made names out of the cast. It was that good. So good, in fact, that many Star Trek fans flocked to the show to watch what Moore could do with the cult classics IP. It turns out quite a bit. It was amazed that Moore could pull it off. He modernized a beloved classic and expanded the story. While the landing on the finale didn't stick for everyone, was wonderfully done show and still fondly thought of to this day. In fact, I've never. We have it. We got, I think there may be 1 or 2 on we don't have this thing, but I think we pretty much got it all.
Yeah, I'm talking about that box set of the original Galactic.
Yeah, that's out. We got it. Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
That's the one that came in Cylon.
Yes, I know. Shut up. Yeah.
Bite me.
You're derailing me. The new one. That's the thing. Where I think if I was there, I would have fought against that one. No, don't destroy the Galactica. On so many levels, no, it makes no sense. You got this big piece of advanced technology. You can. Too much is useful here. Do not destroy this ship. Okay, land it or something. We want to worry about the Cylons finding it. Basically beach it, but don't send it to the sun. What the hell are you doing? I think that was the case. So how do we end this? To make sure we don't get called for it again. Let's see. But also, it's like, again, with Galactica, it also helped that it was a post 9/11 world. And in that respect, that kind of story makes a little more sense. In 78, 79, it was like, oh, that's too bad, And I think to carry the Mormon analogy a little further, because they're, Glenn Larson basically cut and pasted huge chunks of Mormon theology and church structure and building the world. Yeah, the Quorum of the 12 and a whole bunch of lost track. And I think we could probably say the persecution of the Mormons, driving them out of like the Midwest and off and sending them off to some far away. We'll go God and found our own place. Without your hooker and blackjack. And basically, it's like instead of going to Utah, they're going to Earth. That sort of thing. And again, I'm not so sure that it was trying to proselytize people into Mormonism. I think it was more like they want to show it. I'll borrow this, but it was a matter of convenience. The story was right there; just change the names. I mean, he wasn't called Glenn.
Sucks is that we lost Richard Hatch.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't call him Glenn Larceny for nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the shows he did, it's like they're clearly based on something else. But talking about, when he started doing Galactica, one, he did it smart. It's like, you're going to do a reboot. Reuse the name stuff, but don't try and do a continuation, because then you're tying yourself to that show. It's something he said. It's like, really, our affection for the original show has to do more with the actors, their personality, their affection for them. Because the show itself, if you really go back and watch it, kind of stunk on ice in many parts. Okay.
Yeah.
There were some really stupid episodes on that one, and really hackneyed stuff. And the lack of budget showed through in a lot of cases.
Yeah, wasn't there an episode where they went to some sort of robot planet with like a western town or something? It was almost like they were ripping off Westworld.
I think you combine. No. It was a definitely very badly done western town.
Yeah.
but the robot there was a Cylon there. They called him Red Eye, and he was the big bad thing. But he was there, and he had a blaster from a Colonial War that he had taken out. And this Cylon was a real fast draw, and no one could take him. So it was really their attempted. It was a ripoff of High Noon, is what it meant to, or Shane.
Okay.
So they stuck a lot of that. And again, this is, and Larson came out of the day when it was customary. Like if you're doing a Western, you're gonna rip off certain classic Westerns. Hey, have you done your High Noon episode yet? Have you done your Shane episode? That's all. So he's carrying on that. And of course, Apollo is also real fast draw. So he came down to the point where Apollo's taking on Red Eye and takes him out.
Oh,
but you also have to think
wasn't Randolph Mantooth in that episode?
Not in that one. No, that was another one where they find this ship and they say they're from Earth. Why are they? And they say, well, they're a little vague. Well, Earth means a lot of things. It also means the ground and stuff. Just something we just call it that. Then they mean it's the same Earth you're looking for. And I think that one they also had Ray Bolger. I think as a robot.
Oh wow!
Yeah, during that whole. I mean, it was not that episode. Then during that whole sequence, Ray Bolger and one other guy who was a younger, but they just used to have a little dance routine. So I think they kind of missed their chance when they had Fred Astaire on there, and no, it was a straight acting job. Although Dirk Bendick did tell a little story that while they were shooting that episode, and they were setting up for it, and part of the thing was, whatever it is, Chameleon, I think his name, but there's thing where Starbuck is running down the launch tube, and a couple of bad guys are going after him, and there's a Viper in the launch position, and in order to save Starbuck, he gets up there and shoots the lasers down the thing against the bad guys. And they had the guns that are flashing their thing, and they're having some issues getting on the flash ride, trying to get in the sync or whatever. And while they're doing that, it's going and it stares off to the side, working out, kind of a tap dance routine to go with this tap. It's like, that was kind of weird, kind of fun watching that. But even at his age, he was still, a dancer. Just watching the old hoofer go at it, then there's just, But basically, Moore's approach to Galactica was whatever he did in Star Trek, do the opposite. Like I said, where Star Trek went left, we'd go. Star Trek went right, we'd go left. That's the thing. Which wasn't necessarily a bad thing.
Aye.
And also showed that he wasn't tied to just doing Star Trek and something else.
But hello.
Oh boy.
You're a freak.
Mm-hmm.
Ornery wrecked the spot so she could lay on it. Apparently, she wanted it fluffier than it was.
Ah. Okay.
Ornery.
Well, I mean, the weather's changing. I'm sure her hip's having issues.
Yeah.
I'm going to get this back on the main screen here.
She's a sweet baby.
I
Well,
don't know if you could call her a baby at 9 years old.
Yeah.
Hey, crotchety old girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll rub your belly.
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Oh. Got that hooked. Okay. My hand won't pull away yet. She's like, don't you dare take that away from me yet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's about all I can do.
Yeah.
Come here. Come here.
Yeah.
No, you can get up off the spot for a sec. Come here, baby.
You know, you
Come here, Ornery. Come here.
You know, you little furry fat fuck. Come on.
I love you.
I think Rosetta should be the only one allowed to call her a furry fat fuck.
Yeah.
That's not what I call her. I call her a dumb fuck.
Yeah.
Ain't that right, chunky baby?
Well,
And she's just looking at me like, why? Why are you calling me these things?
You're a little shit, Ornery.
She winked when you said that one. Oh, girl. Good girl.
Shit, Ornery. Oh
Good
God, I think
girl.
she did it again.
Yeah.
Who's
Yep,
my
she
little
did it
dumb
again.
fuck? Who's my little dumb fuck? Oh, good little dumb fuck.
I had a little discussion earlier about, apparently someone at Screen Rant doesn't know their TV history and trying to say that Next Generation popularized the idea of the season-ending cliffhanger.
Those existed long before Next Gen.
Yeah. In fact, they go back to '54 with Dragnet, but as far even the season-ending cliffhanger, it's like I'm not sure. I think most of them were during the course of a season, but season-ending cliffhanger, I got 3 words for you: who shot Jr. Okay.
Now they may have made it more popular to do them again because they moved away from it for a while, but that's not the same thing.
Yeah, I know. Especially the soap opera show like Dallas and stuff. It's like
Okay, I gotta put you down now. I gotta put you down now. Let go of my shirt. She's like, if I hold on, you can't set me down though. Come on, girl.
Yeah, I got a little sidetracked in discussion of the menagerie and why that one came about.
Huh. I don't know if you saw it or not, but there was an extra on one of my Dallas DVDs. Reunited some of the original cast, and there's a knock on the door, and Larry Hagman opens it up, and here comes Mary Lee Crosby with one of those little prop guns with a black hang on it.
I found the perfect cat tower to replace the one for the kitties with. But it's gonna cost about $100. But it's a nice big tower. And it's a markdown. It was supposed to be way more than that, so I'll have to get it. You understand? I was looking at it on the computer. Ornery looked at the image on the computer and started freaking out, meowing, trying to reach it in the computer, and then rubbing on us and begging. Like, I watched that, humans!
Oh, you needy little shithead.
Yes, Pop. Bob, you don't always have to laugh at your wife when I'm torturing her.
Well,
how many times did I call you horrible things and she cheered me on?
Yeah, you gotta jump on my ass all the time. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, she cheers me on torturing you 99% of the time, and then every so often will yell at me for it. It's like, no, you don't get to have it both ways.
It depends on what you're torturing him with.
No, because a lot of times it's the same fucking thing I've used on him before. And you don't get to have it both ways. Either I can torture him or I can't.
Honey. You should just go full on Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Not gonna happen.
Why not?
I don't want it to.
Yeah, but you're already going bald.
I'm a long way before the option is just shave it off. Okay.
See, Steph, you say things trying to be supportive that are worse than the shit I say to him insulting him. Just remember that, sweetheart. Wow.
Well,
I'm right.
No, only twice in my life have I had a haircut that short. One when I was like maybe 3, I had no choice in the matter. And then when I, went into the Air Force for basic training. And once I got out, it went down to my shoulders. Okay.
Yeah.
My brother never cut his hair from when Dad officially became his father, when I was very, very little, up until the day before Dad's funeral. Because of tribal traditions and customs in growing your hair to go along with the hair of your mentor icon. He cut his entire braid that he'd grown for almost 30 years off to this fucking short and put it in the casket with Dad.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
His hair's getting decently long again, but nothing like it was.
Ow, ow,
That 30-year braid is impressive.
Yeah.
That's like.
Now I got the latest shipment of Batmobile parts, and I still haven't gotten the one that I'm needing, which is like I can do the entire back end now, but I can't do the front end because they haven't shipped that one yet.
Whereas for me, when we did that for Dad, I was having issues with hair loss at that time, and I didn't have very long hair because of it. So what I could do was simple. I actually braided the hair up over out of the way, took a section of hair behind the ear here, braided it down, and cut it off completely at the base of the head. So for approximately a year and a half, I had this giant bald patch right here underneath my hair, which I thank God the headphones helped hide a lot.
Yeah.
Bob?
What?
Keep in mind, your little subscription, has us facing some serious issues right now.
I know. That's why I got the banner going down below, folks. Because,
Do I want to know?
Well, let's just say we got, issue of, the fact that I lost, a check and a half over while she was in rehab. And,
Okay, well, that's not your issue. That's her issue.
Well, it also affected mine because my pay got cut off when she was in rehab.
I know, but the way she described the issue going on with you guys financially made it sound like it was your fault.
Well, on top of other things, the bill for StreamYard came through.
I told you need to use one of the alternatives.
Well,
it's ridiculous, overpriced bullshit.
Well, I'm here. I've got stuff set up here, so. But it's kind of those hit at the wrong damn time. So it's like, my nice little $730 check. What was left over is not enough to cover rent. So, but also because today is when they started doing random inspections, which not so random. They usually, do these as cover to target some of the problem children in the complex.
Oh, so they're definitely going to bother you. I mean,
no. Actually, our neighbors love us. We're just, our issues are.
I have to give you some shit. Come on.
But the thing is, I was stuck having to stay here just in case they did decide to pop by just to make it look good. Meant I could not go to the bank and see again about that loan I'm needing. So I'm gonna have to go there tomorrow and get that I can solve all kinds of problems.
I remember a very fun period where we honestly were not necessarily behaving the best with this, but here's the truth of the situation. We lost our house in a fire. Even after being stuck in a hotel for 2 months on the insurance waiting for any place to live. We could not find a place that could accept pets. We were not getting rid of the cat that we had rescued through multiple medical issues since she was a kitten who was already getting quite elderly and who had literally survived through the fire and had to be rescued and pulled out off a fireman's glove. We were not getting rid of our kitty. So we kept her. which made the apartment inspections very complicated. And my mom had figured out just the right place that I could hide when they did inspections with the cat and keep her quiet where they didn't ever look. Because I was really good at hiding. And I made a little trap so that it looked like there was stuff stored under my bed when there wasn't. And I would go behind it with the cat and hang out. And she would never cry if I was holding her. Never.
That little shit in the window?
Athena?
No, this was in an apartment when I was a kid when we had the fire.
Way back. Okay.
This is my house, and I've had this house 18 years, so well, almost 18 years. 18 officially in December, so no, she was a sweetheart, but I was the one she was calling for. And we had been through so much with trying to save her, including her being lost for over 2 weeks and coming back half starved and other stuff. So we weren't giving her up. And yeah, we stayed in the apartment about 1.5 years till we could find another place. And in that time we stayed there, I would hide under the little trap I made under the bed that was a false trap. There was nothing there other than a giant hollow where I hung out with the cat. And the cat would stay quiet for me, and we'd just hang out back there until the inspection group left. I already had a habit of doing this my whole life anyways, because of my issues with my sister and my issues with anxieties. When I was a little kid, I actually had made myself this freaking cave inside the closet that I would hide in to read my books. So there was a precedence for this. It was fine to have behind. The time what got me to stop hiding in gaps and tiny places and stuff all the time was that stupid rodent infested trailer. Because I never wanted to be in any gap points that you could come out of.
Yeah.
That kind of killed that. But I was like that most of my life. I would hide in gaps as a child all the time. But so yeah, we got away with it completely with the cat because she would be absolutely well behaved for me. So I would just take her underneath, and we'd just lay down there, and I'd read and cuddle her, and she'd just curl up in the blanket next to me. We'd be there about a half hour, and then I'd come out.
Get the all clear. Okay.
Worked out really well.
Looks like Ornery's gotten comfortable.
Well, of course.
Do you see how much she wrecked it to make it really fluffy underneath her?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
She pulled all of the stuff I had made together into a big heap and is laying on it.
The cat's a hedonist. Okay.
And I know there's people who would complain, oh, you mean you were breaking the rules? Look, this was not a hypoallergenic apartment. It was just one that frowned on pets. I was not doing anything to anybody's allergies, and we kept the cat clean and inside out of everyone's way.
Yeah.
So, fuck them. I mean, that was Bright Eyes. And the thing is that she had actually gone through distemper as a kitten. She was seriously had medical issues. She was extremely close to her humans. It was only 1.5 months before the fire that she'd been lost for over 2 weeks, and we thought we were never going to get her back. We were not giving her up. And I miss her still. She was a good kitty.
Remember when we were staying in that shithole of a hotel, honey? And
which one?
Had to hide Jonesy. Mallory Manor.
Oh, that point. Yeah. The only good thing about that place is that it had good Wi-Fi because the server's right there in the room.
Yeah, we had to hide Jonesy a couple times because.
Yes, because contrary to the listing in the thing, no, they were not pet friendly. Because you look it up online. Oh yeah, they'll accept it. No, they don't.
Yeah, that's We had a hotel that pulled that shit here locally when we first got here, and it turned out to be very Fleabag. But I was us trying to have a place to stay for a short time while we found a house. Right when Steve started the job, and luckily at that point we had a friend. I had a friend that was a longtime friend of me and my family that works with my husband. He's still there actually, and he took the cats in when that happened. But they pulled all that shit on us too. So I mean. At that point, I had Gamma and Jazzy.
Aw.
And I miss Jazzy so much.
Yeah.
I miss Gamma so much. Softest cat I ever fucking held in my life. That was Jazzy's daughter. And she was part Silver Mow and part Tuxedo. And she came out as a freaking white and silver tuxedo with spirals in her silver markings. And she was silky to the touch. I love that girl so much. She was such a pretty baby. They were very faint spirals. She had like this little bit lighter colored spiral through her gray that unfortunately never showed up well in cameras. I tried like 1,000 times. You could see it starkly in person, but you couldn't get it to translate in camera. But she was a pretty baby. She was severely runty when she was born with a lot of birth defects. And that came from the fact that her father was rescued from breeders who had been abusing and all this shit to get the silver mouse because they're expensive. And he had all kinds of medical stuff we didn't realize he had until after Jazzy showed up pregnant, even though she was supposed to be too young for that yet, wasn't supposed to get fixed for another month. Thank you so much, Jazzy.
The kitty libido will not be denied.
I didn't know he wasn't fixed. He was not medically stable to fix yet. She wasn't supposed to be needing it for another month. Most places won't do it until they're so many months old. And nope. She had kittens.
Yep.
Oh boy.
So, okay.
A horny male cat's a horny male cat. Okay. Yeah.
My nephew named her kittens. And this will tell you how much of a nerd my nephew was if you listen to the names of her kittens. First of all, you had Gamma, Big, Tails, Shadow, and Sonic. Followed by the kitten my sister adopted at the same time, who he also named Amy. All 6 kittens he named after Sonic the Hedgehog characters.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
It was an interesting litter. It's an interesting litter. Unfortunately, most of them didn't live long because of all the birth defects that came from the father.
Yeah, that sucks when that happened.
Gamma wasn't supposed to. She had such severe medical issues, and we had to force start her lungs so many times as a little kitten. And all the vets were absolutely adamant she wasn't going to thrive. She had so much organ issues, other stuff like that. She was 10 when she finally passed away.
Wow.
Yeah.
And she was a very happy baby in those years.
Yeah.
So my life's mission is to help find all the stray animals, all the people and stuff who've been told you're not going to live, and help us live longer and prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Dad did it. I'm doing it. Yeah. My babies did it. My mom's done it. I'm going to keep it going. Yeah, right, you crazy old girl.
No.
I just
That's a trap.
Wow, I touched her. She grabbed my hand forcefully, rolled over on her back with her belly up, and then grabbed my hand with both paws in her mouth and dragged it onto it. And now she's just looking at me like, that's right. Don't you dare stop. I barely touched you. What the hell, cat? She's like, I love my human. Now pet me. Look at her eyes when I took my hand back. She's like, hey, I did not give you permission to stop.
Hey, you ain't done yet. Who gave you the
Yes, I am.
Oh, Jonesy would do that shit all the time.
Yeah.
I am done yet. What are you going to do about it?
I'm going to look at you very crossly.
Oh, poor baby. Oh, now you're trying to give me the big, sad, blinky eyes.
Oh boy.
She's like, tucks the paws under a little more, does a little eyes, head like this, and starts batting the eyes at me like, but you love me. Now get your head back over here.
Hey.
You're a greedy girl. You know that, right?
Yeah, I miss my Siamese. Yeah, Shiva was such a sweet girl. She'd leave and just start kneading at my stomach.
Make me big screen a sec, Bob. Look at what Ornery's doing.
All right. Where are we? Whoops. Darn it. See when it does this. Here we go.
Look at the way her paws are tucked. Look, Steph. Look at the way she's tucked up.
Yeah.
She's like, oh.
She's so cute.
And this one, even though she kind of just looks like a tabby mix, we know who her parents are. And she is part Siamese, part Mao, and part Bengal mixed into it. So she is very wild and very hyper, and both likes to climb in trees and burrow caves. Or in other words, she's a little bit difficult to deal with some days.
In other words, she lives up to her name.
Oh, yes. I love you, girl. Yeah, I love you. Oh, okay. On the paw when I took my hand back. Trembling as I took it away, like,
Yeah, she's an ornery little shit. So where are the other two?
Not in here.
Probably humping somewhere out back.
You mean in the house? The cats don't go outside.
That's true, yeah.
Crazy.
There's too much wildlife, yeah.
Well, that I live on a very busy street.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, I love my cats, but intelligent, they are not. I've had clever kitties. Jasmine was extremely smart. Ornery's a dumb fuck. In some ways, the dumbest cat I've ever known.
Panther, little dumb shit.
Panther, I'm not so sure about some days.
Yeah.
Yeah, Panther will hump anything.
Well, one of those, sometimes very intelligent, otherwise dumber than a bag of hammers,
Yeah, I got a feeling Panther would hump a porcupine if he had the chance.
Okay, you're just being weird now.
Yeah.
Bob, have you tried getting her therapy?
If they could cover it, I ain't paying for it.
Well, you're paying for her not getting it, trust me. I mean...
Kiss my ass.
I keep telling you I don't like food poisoning. I don't know why this is hard for you to understand.
Grass in your room that you could kiss?
I'm not that much of a simp for cats. You are.
Yeah.
Am I wrong, Bob?
Yeah, we still got to work on your comebacks there, dear.
Blow me.
That's supposed to go the other way around, darling.
Yeah.
At that point, I know that I don't even have to be able to see her to know she's glaring at me.
Yeah. I'm gonna run this
She's
back.
sitting there going, "You fucking bitch! I'm gonna hurt you."
You're just my annoying little sister.
You say that, and his trolls are gonna start believing it.
Yeah. They'll clip it and say, see, they admit it. It's on stream. They admit it. Fucking weirdos.
We call Mackie that all the time, and
yeah,
like,
I know, but these morons have no sense of humor and they have no self-awareness whatsoever.
They've also got no penises. Obviously, simping is a disease, and it eats the cock away. I'm just saying.
Let me run this in the kitchen here.
Sorry, did I say that?
Yes, you did.
And I don't feel sorry for saying it. No, I don't. No, I don't. Okay, so I have to get something out of the other room. Have fun, fuckers.
Yeah, yeah. Say what? Say what? Oy. I just had sex and it feels so good. Woman, let me put my peace inside her. I just had sex and I never go back to not have sex with us. God. God, I have no life. I'm starting to sing Andy Samberg songs. Ay, 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 ay. Ugh.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Is back.
Hush you. All right.
Gotta go get something.
Oh dear God, Lydia. No, yes.
Ah, the gnome.
Of all the now he shows up. Yeah.
Gnome, gnome, gnome. We want the gnome.
The Rosetta know is here.
I don't think she does.
Huh.
Tell him to get his
Well,
gnomish butt in here.
the link is.
Yeah, it'll be a nice
Well,
little surprise for Rosetta.
yeah, the link is in. Not
God, that cat is stupid. One moment.
Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah.
Hi, gnome.
Let you browbeat him for a while.
Give me just a minute. Where'd the mat go?
Come on, gnome. We want you in here.
Be right back.
Thanks for the warning.
And Twitter's having a fun old time gloating over the dead Hamas leader. Because IDF has had no problem posting pictures of his, bashed in head. I said, oh, we got an owie.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I said, think a band do it? No. There we go.
Eddie.
Andy's here. What do you know?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
She suckered you in, huh?
Yes. I like to, I clicked the button to check out the stream. I just see Stephanie there and two empty chairs. It's like,
Well,
left Steph alone.
I had to run my cup back into
I
the
had to
kitchen.
get some stuff out of the other room.
Mm-hmm.
I got the replacement kit in for the one that was messed up, and it's correct. And now I have to sort out all the 24 diamond darts that I ended up getting because of it.
And I think I might go, now that I have all the stuff that I do, I think I might go and put together the back end of the Batmobile. So when they finally get around to saying in the front half, I just, okay, attach it up. There we go.
How's the gnome today?
No, Mish.
I saw that one coming.
This is our normal hangout day. I was just hanging out here until you were available.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to hang out here a little bit with Bob and Steph and include them in our evening, that's fine.
I'm cool with that.
All right.
It would make Steph happy, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I like him. He's cool.
Well, that's reassuring.
Why did that almost sound like? I guess I could tolerate him. What the fuck? I mean,
Oh, bite me, woman.
again, I keep explaining to you very politely and very, very clearly. I don't like food poisoning.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. One sec.
Oh.
I'm in there. I'm trying to get this stuff ready so I can sort it, organize it. And I'm watching that dumb as all hell cat try to chew on plastic canvas like it's food.
You said that dumb cat, and then Orner just jumps off her perch and just runs off.
No, baby girl was trying to eat the diamond art mat.
That little shit.
What else? It seems like baby girl.
I swear that cat is literally a window licker.
Yeah.
Well, if you smear CBD oil over a window, I'm pretty sure she'll lick it.
They'll never get away from the window at that point.
Did you guys want to play a quick game together before I steal the gnome and take off for a while?
Yeah, we can do that. You just go and fire it up.
Sure.
Okay. They did not cut the edges on these very well. Oh, dear God. I'm definitely going to have to use scissors while I set these up and cut them up. Some of them have very cheap cutting systems. So while the mats and the diamond arts are all beautiful, the edges are like loppy as hell.
Quick check of the general email here.
Your camera's not working with StreamYard again, is it?
No.
Mine completely crashed down the other day. It took like a half hour to make it work with StreamYard again.
Yeah, that's why I'm not bothering trying to fix it. I just decided just to sign in, and here we are.
So we're just gonna do the standard decks here.
Yeah, let's just do a quick game because there's not a lot of us, so it shouldn't take that long.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so here's the fun part of this whole scenario. I have an extra kit of beads for one of these, and I don't have the bead kit for another. Which is fine. I sent my husband to go find all the other colors in the extra bead kits I have. Because I have a whole shelf of extra colors of everything.
How is Mr. Hottie?
Hotter than yours, I mean. Sorry, Bob! Hey, she gave me the shot, Bob. It's her fault.
Yeah. Just a minor thing, you know. Now, Leah Majors and Elvis were old friends. I think maybe they went to school together or something, but there was a point where Elvis is on stage and doing the show and sees Lee up and the hey, how's that hot wife of yours? And he's like, none of your damn business.
Speaking of
Elvis laughed his ass off on that one.
Yeah, speaking of Lee Majors, honey, you should have seen that one episode of Fuller House that I was watching. It had Lee Majors and Lindsay.
All right. You notice when Steph starts talking, the best thing to do is tune out.
Hey!
I love you.
Yeah.
No.
Come on, say bitch weather. You gotta really enunciate that word.
Penis
juice.
No, I was thinking more like inspiration for Baby Got Back.
It's really the best you can do.
Whatever. Oh my God,
when you
Becky,
bend
look at
over
her
to get,
butt.
get something, she.
Just because you saw me bend over on camera when we were off stream does not mean you need to keep reminding me I have a big ass. Good God, woman!
No, you gotta
Why are
think
you?
got
You're
that
obsessed
ass,
with. You're obsessed with my pussies and my ass. Should I be worried?
Maybe.
Oh, hush.
That's concerning, sweetie.
Shake what your mother gave you. You know what they say.
Shake a moneymaker. Yeah.
Okay, so where's that one in this set? 75, 4, 3.
I still can't believe I did to do a country remake of that song.
Okay.
I can't believe you don't know how to shut up after this many years.
The fuck?
What witty repartee?
Well, considering we were speaking about your butt, it's actually a pretty apt response.
Hey, no.
Yes.
Don't make love with a landmine, sweetie. Of course, at his size, I'm not sure he could set it off.
What the fuck?
You can be a little nicer to the gnome.
No.
No, I can't.
All right.
Gnome's a good dude.
Lydian, would it be weird if I was nicer to you?
Let's set up your red flags.
No, it wouldn't.
Okay, I can't get that last one to load. So fuck it.
You know, the
Defer to
sarcasm voice is a nice touch when you answer that way. It really is.
It wouldn't be strange if you were nicer to me. I mean that legitimately.
Yes, it would. Don't fucking lie.
I'd be like, what are you up to?
Yeah, exactly. If I was being suddenly nice to you, you would all be sitting there going, she's up to something. What the fuck is that bitch up to?
Okay.
I am not wrong. I'm a bitch, but I'm not wrong.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
So,
oh my God. You're such a slut. Sorry.
okay, link is in
She's
private.
the one who did the whole Valley Girl thing, and she started it.
Link's in private.
Let's
talk about sluts. Do they know they're sluts? Let's find out.
Just don't forget, I won't be able to talk here.
I did not have to offer to stay and play a game with you guys so you could hang out with the gnome. Did I?
I could just leave right now and leave you all for the night.
You would not do that to me on Thursday because you don't want to deal with me if you piss me off like that.
For reasons left unsaid.
Don't make her angry. You wouldn't like her when she's angry.
But instead
wait. People like me now?
Instead of turning to Green Hawk,
have I really failed this fucking much?
Steph, get in the goddamn game. Come on.
Lazy old ass. I mean, fuck, shit, fuck.
What the fuck is that?
I'll be right back. I think it's from the other room, and you just inspired me to want to do it. What the fuck?
Sounds like a machine gun.
I don't know what's going on here. There we go. All right. Well, again, it's like her establishers have to go off mic anyway. Now we know why. All right. Now let's go ahead and put this up. Wait till she gets back. Let me get this set up here. In case any of us come up with decent write-ins, get that ready to rock and roll.
You're ready to grab the memes.
All right. Unless she gets back first.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what the hell? This thing, someone requesting to follow me, but they went. Yeah. No, we got an Amber Alert from yesterday. Someone taking advantage of the fact that Batista's gone weird on us.
Huh?
Dave Batista, I think, trying to make fun of Trump's. There's a weirdo. You're the one. You're the one. You're the one looking like looking like RuPaul these days.
What's even better is I'm right.
Come back to that later. Okay. Ow.
I said I don't hear horrible screeching, so Steph must be muted. I look over and see her muted.
Well, it was her. Yeah. She tried getting. There was a technical issue when she tried getting the game with the sound on. It goes weird. So.
What did you bring for show and tell?
Blank.
Yeah.
Oh, Steph did that quite quick. I'm concerned.
1 sec, I gotta move a couple things so I can actually access this area to display. Sorry about that. I'm a little slow today. All right. Even on a bad day. All right. I'm sorry. It's taking so long. I'm sorry. Just like a slong.
I would follow that up with go hit a bong, but
But you're a stoner and I'm a pervert. So why is that surprise?
I'm a midnight toker.
There we go. Sorry about that.
Alrighty.
And what did you bring to show and tell today? Literally a bucket of semen. How big is the bucket? How many weeks? And what did you bring for show and tell today? A 6-inch gnome that doubles as a vibrator. And what did you bring for show and tell today? A warm vodka milkshake, extra chunky.
Decisions.
Hi, Iron Sweetie.
I'm feeling like a little bit of ultra violence today.
Really? Really?
Is it called spritzer? I forgot what it is called.
Oh boy.
Before I run for president, I must destroy all evidence of my involvement with fucking gnomes.
Yeah, that would get you in a scandal.
Especially pothead ones. I mean,
no, fucking any nose would get you in a scandal. They're called little people.
There's nothing wrong with people who are small, as long as they're adults having sex. You should know that, or you would still be a virgin.
Oh, you can't see my face palm. Oh, no.
Nice try. Before I run for president, I must destroy all evidence of my involvement with secretly wishing slavery was legal. But what is that, like half of Twitter right now? On both sides? Before I run for president, I must destroy all my evidence of involvement with Toucan Sam, Tony the Tiger, Sugar Bear, and Trickster Rabbit having a breakfast orgy.
Okay.
I don't want to know. Before I run for president, I must destroy all evidence of my involvement with forcing the bitches at Black Girl Gamers to watch blackface shows. I love that card. I wrote that card.
All right.
Also, fuck them bitches. I mean, it's just fuck them.
Okay. Yeah, hold on. And the Grinch's chia pet penis grew 3 sizes that day. And the Grinch's species stereotypes grew 3 sizes that day. And the Grinch's swearing in the summer grew 3 sizes that day.
He said, like we didn't all know she was going to pick that one.
That was the imposter.
Penis.
I got nothing that works this time, so. All right.
1 second, I know something. Go ahead, Reed.
Okay. Fortnite was the imposter. Okay. A gnome that got lost in 6-inch high grasses because he couldn't see where he was going was the imposter. Indigo White sandwich every day. oddly specific, and I'm not sure how much use that card would be used. Could be outside of this one. I'll go ahead and copy it. Like I said, if it ever works out that you do get her into one of these games, she better have a hell of a sense of humor about this by this time.
Blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
Bitch,
go for
bitch,
it.
bitch, bitch,
Mm-hmm.
bitch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was sure Lydian played that card because he didn't get offended at it.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I couldn't understand blank, but now it's my biggest kink.
How gross should I go? Ah, fuck it.
I think that's the point. At first, I couldn't understand using a massive diamond embellished vibrating dildo with a jump lead so it can be powered by a fire engine. And now it's my biggest kink, apparently.
That's a really specific one.
At first, I couldn't understand pulling open someone's old, dried-out twat and being reminded of tearing open a stale grilled cheese sandwich. Oh no, now it's my biggest kink. Jerking off to Rubik's Cube porn. But now it's my biggest kink.
I was in a very sour mood and being very nasty the night I wrote that metal card.
It is kind of nasty.
Mm-hmm.
It is also funny.
It is really funny.
Mm-hmm.
But probably painful.
Well, maybe she should clean up once in a while when she gets a yeast infection. I mean, sorry.
Yeah, dial-in is not just for trans, but
Well, only Chester Cheetah would like a twat like that. Seriously cheesy. So we're gonna go with that.
Okay. How would you just? Oh God, fuck no. Lydia gets to play this towards me. Why do I feel like I can hear gnomish wheels turning?
Maybe. But there's so many words to describe you.
Of course, you're assuming he has a right into actually feeling.
Even with other cards, it'd still make his wheels turn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I have finally come down today. Wow, if I come down.
Oh, boy.
One sec.
Time to consume mass quantities. Let me write down my card idea here. Oops.
would you describe me? A T-Rex in a corset screaming obscenities. Fuck you!
The fuck?
I mean, that's almost too accurate at times. That's the really scary part. How would you describe me? Sometimes hot, sometimes cold. What is that anime word again?
Oh, God. Well, copy that.
Lazy. Come on, you can do better than that, gnome face.
Do I copy it or
No.
no? Okay.
How would you describe me? A final boss is tankier than Square. That was disappointing, Lydian. You can go so much harder than that.
Yes.
Like the shuffling up my ass. Okay. Get that out of the way.
Oh no. He only comes by Christmas though, Steph.
Okay. I'd like to shove a sexually aggressive clown up my ass. I'd like to shove Panther's micro penis still bigger than Lydian's. Did we copy that right in?
Yeah. You're loved, Steph. Don't worry about it. What? I said you're loved. Don't worry about it.
Ow. All right. Sorry if I seemed out over the last few days. I just haven't been the same since I found out about blank.
It's just glug slut. Okay.
All right. Oh, God, my back.
Thank you. Give me just a moment here. I gotta get all these bottles down.
Yeah.
This is going to be a convoluted mess to make sense out of this. So it's gonna take me a while tonight.
Yeah.
Fuck these cards. All right. Sorry. I know I'm taking a little extra time here. I'm sorry. It's not my fault.
Okay.
Well, it's not. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Order.
Okay, just haven't been the same since I found out about Captain Savo starting a midget orgy.
Okay.
Copy that one. And Indy's short because he's not that short.
Yeah, short is short.
Like
Wouldn't you
5'4".
agree, Lydian?
Well, okay. I found out about Richard Donner sacrificed to a hideous pagan altar. I found out about putting kittens in a smoothie maker. Ooh. Yeah, I gotta go with the tech here. Yeah.
You know I love you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know why I'm playing this way tonight.
Mm-hmm.
If blank is wrong, I do not want to be right.
Yes, just
Get this card out of there. I got Danker cards, but I'm going to save them.
If doing a dirty Chewbacca on OnlyFans thought is wrong, I don't want to be right. Oh no.
Oh my god.
If eating some creamy slices of real California avocado is wrong, I don't want to be right. Okay. If explaining how vaginas work is wrong, I don't want to be right. I don't know. This is kind of funny.
I'm good at making twisted jokes. Nothing is more erotic than Blake. Why do I have to get this card? It's like the game's going. Just torture her. This is how you do it. All right, these go here. That. Line these up. Okay. 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 One that could be right there. I know I'm a little slow tonight, but I'm getting there. Nothing is more erotic than your medieval barber. Okay, that's weird. Nothing is more erotic than the twat bag sockets and sweet baby ink roasting over an open fire. Nothing is more erotic than walking up to your man naked and covered in grease, telling him how you just changed the oil and rotated the tires all by yourself. That's just weird. Is this supposed to be from a man's perspective?
Pretty much, yeah.
Playing some to the czar here. Lydia knew how to play to me on that one, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Just don't insult her and do something extremely violent.
Oh, no. A lot of the insults do end up winning. They just have to be well done.
Yeah, there was one I was not going to use for that. Black card.
Coward.
73. $72. $71. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I would bend over for. Oh my god. I feel like no matter what I write in, I'm either going to make people go, "Ooh, really? You do that?" or, "Oh, that is how you swing." I'm like looking at this going, there's no right way to answer this without humiliating myself.
Nope, that's kind of the point of the game.
Especially with the gnome sitting there going, come on, play a card.
You can take as long as you want to come.
Fuck you!
Bend over first.
Fuck off!
I think there was partial tick and partial joining on with the tick, huh?
Sorry, just verifying something.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
Okay. Okay, I would bend over for a very steampunk rat.
Ew. What the
Bend
fuck?
Bend over for blowing some dudes in an alley. Bend over for the biggest, blackest dick in Harlem. Copy that. We're
not really bothering with lights.
Yeah, this small of a crowd, not that worried about. Yeah. All right. Every step towards blank gets me a little bit closer to blank.
Fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go there. It's on your channel anyways. I mean...
Wow.
I would probably avoid this comment if I was on mine.
Mm-hmm.
And Lillian's going, I don't know if the gnome knows what to think of me saying I would avoid something on my channel.
You're quite careful, so I don't know.
Yeah.
In some regards, and in others not.
Moving on to my channel. Fuck it. We've been at this how long now? Almost 2 hours. Usually after the first 15 minutes.
Read, Bob.
Every step towards comprehensive immigration reform gets me a little bit closer to being raped and left for dead along the Mexican border. Copy that. Moving on.
That's true.
Every step towards telling your mother to shut the fuck up gets me a little bit closer to an Oedipus complex.
Also true, but anyway.
And every step towards committing seppuku gets me a little bit closer to watching a member of the One Direction fall off a hotel balcony.
Oh, too soon.
Oh, too soon. Way too soon.
Not in the first couple days. Come on.
Like at least let the body get cold first. God damn.
Or at least they clean up the mess that was done on the street, you know?
Damn, Lydian.
Hmm.
None of us were playing nice this round, though.
No.
The Tsar wants to get yiffed by blank.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I've got anything great for this one.
Okay.
All right, the Tsar wants to get yiffed by a piñata full of scorpions. Funny, but ow.
Yeah.
The moose from last night. The Tsar wants to get yiffed by anti-vaxxers. No. I'd rather deal with the scorpions.
Hey. To be fair on that one, I don't care if you're hardcore pro or anti. They're all the same psycho.
You got a problem with moose?
At least the moose is not crazy.
Does it have a squirrel? I mean, its dildo it's going to use on you a squirrel, in fact.
Hey, Rocky, what? No.
Hey, Rocky, what? Shove you up this twat. I mean,
again.
I probably just helped you get the point, though.
Nothing up my sleeve. Presto.
I knew I had a problem when I had to sell blank to pay for blank. God, why do I keep getting these guys the cards?
It's funny.
It's like the game's going, let's just encourage people to bully her. Okay. These are all going to have to be fully kitted up right now because of the mess, hon. So I'm going to be in here a while working on it. Okay, 76. And then there's 76, which I have 2 of, but only 1 of. Or no, that's not that one. So it's like, I'm sitting here sorting. Since I got all these extras, why not use them, right? Oh, this is such a mess. I knew I had a problem when I had to sell my tail relationship. What the fuck? Whoever played that, well played, but that is fucked up. I knew I had a problem when I had to sell my take on the thing or to pay for getting kicked to death by a draft. That doesn't even make sense. I knew I had a problem when I had to sell glory holes to pay for tripping balls on some hardcore LSD. Okay.
Alright. You're just going to spend all that money on blank.
Hold your horses, you damn ass bitch whore. I mean,
Wow. Can you feel the love tonight?
up your anus.
Playing to the Tsar.
Why did nobody read that out loud?
I don't know.
I didn't notice. Hold on.
Why didn't she wait for somebody to read?
Now, let me copy down that right in.
Okay.
Moving on. Gates McFadden, is there anyone more of a blank?
See, why can't it be bizarre of this one? And also, fuck that bitch. Uh-oh, I see a husband. One moment here. I gotta mute.
Okay.
These are states where either candidate has between an 80% and 95% chance of winning, while they are a bit more vulnerable for both Harris and Trump compared to the safe states. Each candidate still maintains a clear edge. For Trump, the likely states include Iowa, where the 6 electoral votes.
What? There. Okay. Okay. Is there anyone more of that racist frog? Anyone more of a going on slim fast and 85 pounds over the weekend? Well, she has gotten really skinny. Is there anyone more of a circumcision sale half off? Yeah, we're going to go with that one. Okay.
You just need to leave a tip.
Even though the first one's actually pretty accurate, the racist bitch.
Yeah, but
When no one else is around,
it's a little
sometimes I consider doing things with blank.
It's just
the other one went more to the emasculation aspect, right?
it's just fuck you. This is gonna be a mess. Thank you, Iron.
Hey, Iron, how are you doing?
Hmm. Just going over the latest polls, see what the trending is.
You could do that when we're not here, or you could do it muted, you know.
Well, we were over there now. Anyway.
Fuck it.
All right.
That's not usually a good thing to hear me say that when I'm doing these cards.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I consider doing things with weapon grades plutonium.
I'm going to hell for my answer.
Great Scott.
Hmm.
I consider doing things with far too much lube.
As long as it's getting the job done. Is there such a thing?
Slip sliding away.
Sometimes I consider doing things with past Amber Alerts now stored in my basement dungeon.
Oh.
Oh.
Airplane! Ow!
Well played.
In the middle of the furry rave, I noticed blank out of the corner of my eye and my blood ran cold. That would be any of the furries. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
okay. One of these.
Mm.
Why did that? Oh, God, it's in the other room.
Mm-hmm.
God, ugh.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about this card.
In the middle of the furry rave, I noticed your favorite OnlyFans model with a can of Crisco and frightened Chewbacca. I get
Chewbacca.
okay. I know what I'm trying to say. It's just not coming out.
Chihuahua.
It's one of those words that screws with my speech issues.
Mm-hmm.
Chihuahua?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. In the middle of the furry rave, I noticed getting surprise face blank. In the middle of the furry rave, I noticed Ariana Grande costume.
Oh.
God.
Mm.
Dear God. Okay. Thank you all for being dank as hell.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Read, you old bitch. I mean,
Tyra Banks has a new episode about getting hanged with an Ethernet cable.
dark.
And the new episode about the difference between a British fanny and an American fanny.
Perverted.
Mm-hmm. There's a new episode about masturbating in their dressing room at a Gap Kids store.
Jeez.
All right, today on Cutthroat Kitchen, one chef must deal with blank while cooking spaghetti with meatballs. Okay.
You all
All right.
love me. You know
Uh-huh.
it. Mwah.
One chef must deal with being surprised ass raped by a horde of lonely gnomes while cooking spaghetti and meatballs. Copy that. All right, let's deal with 50,000 volts straight to the nipples while cooking spaghetti and meatballs.
Speaking as one who's been struck by lightning, fuck you.
Yeah. You see one of the judges up there, not enough garlic. Ah! Okay, yeah. Let's deal with vaginas filled with C4 while cooking spaghetti and meatballs. There we go with that. Yeah.
I went dank and twisted this game.
Uh-huh.
You are grounded. You just lost your rights to blank for 3 weeks.
Ow.
I want this in the deck, so fuck it. I don't care if it wins. It's not like I'm not ahead.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
grounded.
giving head. I mean,
You're grounded. You just lost your rights to fursuit dance battles.
no, that should be
Okay.
for life.
You're grounded. You have lost your rights to choking the cunt rags from Sweet Baby Inc. with their own intestines. That should be intestines, right?
Details. We fix it in post.
And
Uh,
is that going to take 3 weeks to do?
No, they're grounded for 3 weeks.
I know. So you have to wait 3 weeks, and then you can commit the mass, serial killer murders. Okay.
The thing that intestines should be plural. Yeah.
I know.
You're
I
grounded.
happened.
We'll fix it
You
next time we upload.
You just lost your rights to the pleasure of being punished for 3 weeks.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Rosetta's going to win.
The politics.
Oh, Steph. Nice, Steph.
All right.
I've seen some bad song names, but blank is definitely the worst. Suck it, slut. Thank you. Thank you so much for your help. I've seen some bad song names, but hating Jews is definitely the worst. No, it's not. Trust me. I've seen some bad song names, but a passion for donkeys is definitely the worst. Better. I've seen some bad song names, but this doesn't really work as a song name. So there you go.
No kids are living in nuclear doctrine. No. Okay. My favorite piece of hopping is blank.
Why do I feel like I'm really on the highway to hell this game?
Because you are.
But you love me and my dank humor.
Favorite pizza topping is peanut butter.
What?
My God. Is Kung Pao Kid.
That last one doesn't even make sense. You okay, Bob?
Yep. Yeah, before I could copy down that one, so let's see.
That's the hardest one to type up.
Or not the hardest one for her to say.
There we go. Kung Pao chicken. Kung Pao kitten. All right. Okay, I was going to call it there.
Yeah, because I do need to do some other stuff.
Okay.
I just thought you guys would want a little time with us before we take off.
All right.
I'll head over to my little hangout link.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
All right, and I got to go.
Bye,
out
everyone.
So, all right. So with that, we will call it a day. So we will talk at you later, kids.